The Jonathan Kuminga situation for the Golden State Warriors is getting a bit interesting. The youngster has proven to be a decent player in the NBA, but he wants an expanded role, and unfortunately, the Warriors simply can't offer him that. It was also clear last year that Steve Kerr didn't trust him much, as evidenced by his limited role. The Warriors are expected to pursue sign-and-trade deals with the youngster, and Sports Illustrated recently proposed a favorable one. The trade would be a 3-team deal, sending Kuminga to the Miami Heat. Hawks receive Moses Moody, 2031 second-round pick via GSW, 2032 second-round pick via GSW. Warriors receive Andrew Wiggins, Pelle Larsson, Mo Gay, 2031 first-round pick, top 8 protected. Heat receive Jonathan Kuminga, S&T on 4 years, $80 million contract, Tracy Jackson-Davis. Wiggins was only sent out in the Jimmy Butler deal because of the opportunity cost of bringing a player like Butler on board. If they were able to pair Curry with Wiggins, Butler, and Green, that gives the Warriors 3 capable defenders on the perimeter, while also giving them a capable third option in a stacked Western Conference. Larsson has the size to play either SF or SG, which means he can step into Moody's role. The Swedish guard played good defense against small guards and big wings, showing signs of being a viable player in the postseason. Importantly, he's also a great cutter and should fit smoothly into Golden State's system, they wrote. What kind of interest is Kuminga drawing around the league? According to a recent report from The Athletic, there has been no significant interest in Kuminga over the past few days. It was reported that over the weekend, Kuminga hasn't gained any traction on either side, which is somewhat telling about the Golden State Warriors' plans. Considering there's no market, one can now question why they wouldn't just bring him back. No significant traction on the Jonathan Kuminga front over the weekend, per sources. Restricted free agency around the NBA remains ice cold. Conversations and little action. Kings have been strongest pursuer of Warriors' wing, but nothing has come close, Anthony Slater reported. What offers have the Warriors received so far? The Golden State Warriors have gotten offers from teams around the league, including the Sacramento Kings. According to The Athletic, the Warriors balked at the idea of them landing Devin Carter, Dario Saric, and 2 second-round picks for Kuminga. That gives them a level of leverage in a market devoid of significant cap space. They've drawn inbound calls in recent days, most notably from the Sacramento Kings, who floated an offer of Devin Carter, Dario Saric, and 2 second-round picks, league sources said. The Warriors have so far balked at what they felt was a buy low attempt, league sources said. Reports have indicated that the Warriors are interested in adding a first-round pick and a young player. However, it's also fair to wonder if that's realistic. Kuminga is a young player, and if they don't trust him, what else could they want? There's a lot that has to play out during the offseason, and of course, there's plenty of time to figure things out, but the Warriors are in a strange position right now, and that's tough to deny. The Golden State Warriors continue to prove inactive in the free agency landscape so far, but another notable former player has found a new home a week after the period officially opened. In a signing that's gone under the radar and rarely publicized, the Indiana Pacers have brought back former second overall pick James Wiseman on a 2-year, minimum contract, second-year team option. Former Warriors center James Wiseman is back with the Pacers. Wiseman initially signed a 2-year contract with the Pacers last offseason, impressing in preseason where he averaged 8.5 points and 5.8 rebounds on 70.8% shooting in just 12.5 minutes per game. The 7-footer was set for a rotation role with Indiana behind starting center Miles Turner, only to be dealt a cruel injury blow in the first half of the regular season opener against another of his former teams in the Detroit Pistons. Wiseman went down with a torn Achilles, ruling him out for the year and ultimately leading to the Pacers trading him to the Toronto Raptors at the mid-season deadline, where the 24-year-old was promptly waived shortly after. Now Wiseman returns to the Pacers for another redemption opportunity, having come in the wake of Turner's shock departure from the franchise after a decade-long period that culminated with a run to the NBA Finals just weeks ago. Turner is on his way to a close rival in the Milwaukee Bucks on a 4-year, $107 million contract, with the 2021 NBA champions making the stunning decision to waive and stretch the remaining 2 years and over $110 million on Damian Lillard's contract. The Pacers are now looking to replace Turner by committee. As well as signing Wiseman, the Eastern Conference champions have traded for 7 feet 1 inch big man Jay Huff from the Memphis Grizzlies in recent days, while they've also picked up the team option on Tony Bradley's contract and will welcome back Isaiah Jackson from his own Achilles injury. Wiseman played 60 games in 2.5 seasons for Golden State after being selected with the number 2 pick in 2020. Injuries didn't help Wiseman's development with the Warriors, but he's nevertheless gone down as one of the biggest mistakes the franchise has made in recent years. Golden State are now ironically in desperate need of greater center depth, having lost beloved 3x champion Kevin Looney to the New Orleans Pelicans at the start of free agency. The Warriors are considered the frontrunners to land veteran free agent Al Horford, but there's been no confirmation to date on the 5x All-Star. The Golden State Warriors' quiet offseason could be kicking into gear, or at least the rumors are, with some big news that a former guard is interested in reuniting with the Dubs. Jake Fisher and Mark Stein reported that the Warriors are a strong contender to sign guard DeAnthony Melton, the veteran guard who tore his ACL after just 6 games with the Dubs last season. But there's much stronger evidence than the reports from 2 well-connected NBA insiders. That's right. Ex-user at BabyfaceDubs aka Curry Flurry delivered the scoop that Melton has followed the Golden State Warriors on Instagram. We've investigated independently and learned that while Melton follows the NBA Players Association, the legendary Magic City strip club in Atlanta, NerdWallet, Snoop Dogg, various NBA players, the Minnesota Vikings, and Philadelphia 76ers mascot, Franklin the Dog, the Warriors are the only NBA team Melton is following. According to @BabyfaceDubs, Melton unfollowed the Warriors after they traded him to the Brooklyn Nets last December for Dennis Schroeder. Now the Warriors are back in Melton's feed, and the combo guard may be back in the Warriors' plans. There are other reasons to believe Melton could be a good fit in San Francisco. The main one is that he was a great fit last season in his limited time, able to handle the ball, defend at the point of attack, and sink three-pointers. The Warriors had to scramble to replace him, bringing in Schroeder for an unsuccessful few months before eventually packaging Schroeder with Andrew Wiggins and 2 other players to get Jimmy Butler. Clutch Points reported 5 days ago that there was a growing expectation that the Los Angeles Lakers would sign Melton, but that interest seems to have cooled as the Lakers seem to have turned their attention to Bradley Beal, the suddenly available former All-Star guard. Beal's decision will impact a number of veteran guards who are still in limbo, many of them looking at the veterans minimum. Players like Malcolm Brogdon, Russell Westbrook, and even Ben Simmons are in that group along with Melton, who likely needs to prove his knee is healthy. The upside for Melton and this group of guards is that the 2026 offseason looks to have more teams with cap space than this summer, so a solid season on a make-good deal could pay off. Of course, Melton may have thought he was proving himself with the 1-year deal he signed with the Warriors last summer. That one was a $12.8 million mid-level exception deal. Given the lack of remaining teams with money to spend, it's probably a question of where Melton feels comfortable and has a role than any financial considerations. Which takes us to Instagram. Perhaps Melton is checking out the team's vibe via social media, where the team has featured its players hanging out at the California Classic, tributes to Kevin Looney, and even a video of country music rapper Jelly Roll discussing which former Warriors would make the best drummer.